Welcome to Zero Boo's Lovely Views, where I'm learning to swap hangovers for horizons. Join me today as I go to the Thames Con Labyrinth Experience held at the Wycombe Abbey School in High Wycombe, and I will be sampling the Galipette cider. This year it was held at the prestigious Wycombe Abbey School, which is one of the top 4 independent schools in the whole country. It was an absolutely beautiful location. It's held in High Wycombe because the opening scenes of Sarah in her green dress were filmed in West Wycombe Park, which is owned by the Dashwood family but open to National Trust members from April to August. West Wycombe Park is definitely one of my favourite National Trust sites. I love all the follies and it feels so enchanting and magical, and you can run across the infamous bridge from the first scene of the movie. This year the Labyrinth Experience was held at Wycombe Abbey and we bought the cheapest option ticket, which was called the Ludo Pass. This allowed us to access all the amazing reproduction props and a couple of the workshops, one of which was the Helping Hands with Kevin Clash. He was Elmo's puppeteer in Sesame Street and also worked on the Labyrinth. It was interesting hearing his memories on how the scenes were created, and he was fantastic at interacting with us. He was really approachable and engaging. What I loved about this event was the sense of community. The Facebook page was buzzing with lots of photos of outfits and supportive comments and information and ideas for trinket trading. There was a WhatsApp group set up for people travelling from afar and staying in hotels and taxi sharing. I loved how included the solo travellers were, and I could see loads of blossoming friendships happening online even before the event begun. I think if I was to go again, I'd definitely pay extra to get a better pass so that I had access to all the workshops and presentations. The old adage of you get what you pay for definitely really applies here. And I had such a huge sense of FOMO when we saw the masked ball being set up. Again, if I was to go next year, if they run one, then I'd definitely pay extra for this. This, in general, was just such a friendly event. All the volunteers and the helpers and staff just went above and beyond to make sure everyone felt comfortable. And on the few occasions where I just wandered off on my own, away from my friends, I felt fine just being on my own, having a mooch about. I didn't feel uncomfortable or anything. It just felt so inclusive. Today, I took the Galipette cider along with me to try. It's made from cider apples, and it's sort of more of an apple juice than a cider, in my opinion. It was really juicy and refreshing though, and it had the perfect amount of carbonation. It was slightly sparkling, but just right. It was really flavoursome, but it was probably just lacking the alcohol bite that normal cider has. To me, it just tasted like a really posh, sweet and Moorish juice, and probably the nicest apple juice I've had in a very long time, but probably a bit too sugary perhaps. Galipette means somersault in French, and the flavours definitely danced across my mouth. They were really Moorish. I do wonder if it needs to be a bit more dry and hoppy, just to convince me that it is trying to be a cider and it's just simply not just an apple juice. How pretty was the bottle? Well, the artwork is really simple and chic, very French. I absolutely love the typeface, the red and the light teal work so well together. They look really trendy and youthful, but also really classic and timeless. I'm normally not a huge fan of really simple designs, but this one looks really clean to me. The only addition I'd make is to maybe add some iconography type apples popping out from behind the label. I think this would break up the oval shape and just add like a hint of interest. Yeah, so overall I had a really fantastic day, and hopefully they'll be putting on an event next year because it is the 40th anniversary of the Labyrinth, so that would be perfect timing. Thank you so much for watching, and please do leave any comments on any drinks that you'd recommend for me to try next. Here are my final reviews, and disclaimer, I know absolutely nothing about beers, lagers, ales, and in this case cider. So this is just my humble opinion, and I'm just starting my journey, so I've got a lot to learn. Thanks for watching.